So I was thinking about making my usual weekly reaction video about the past Cowboys game, but where the Cowboys are at right now is just too boring. Who cares? There ain't nothing new and interesting about what they showed this past Sunday. They simply suck, they're boring to watch, and this whole spirit around this 2024 team is at a low ebb. So instead, why not talk about some of the interesting drama in future questions? None bigger than Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. I'll get to that one later in the video, but the ones I want to touch on just quickly is the Son versus Jerry and the fire GM Jerry wave that is at an all-time high. When it comes to wanting Jerry to step down from GM, it's simply a waste of breath, even though I'm on that wagon too, and I bet if you start a poll or a petition, there's not a single Cowboys fan not signing that. I say it's a waste of breath though, because in reality, Jerry is not stepping down. And us Cowboys fans, we know what we signed up for. We know who the owner is and how he is. So it should be no surprise that he's not going to step down. As much as we disagree with his moves, his decision making, we chose to root for a team that is controlled by Jerry. The only way I even think he would hear the fans' voices is if it reached his pocketbook. If you stop going to the game, stop buying merchandise, all of it, then it might be a little alarming for him. But even if the profit isn't coming in, I don't think he's leaving, because I believe Jerry does want to win and he tries hard to do so, making decisions with other people's opinions, thinking it will put this team in the best situation financially with the salary cap and on-field performance. The whole he's just in it for the money, it's definitely believable, especially every year he gets richer and richer and the Cowboys' value just keeps going up and up and up. But he has a great argument against that. On the Stephen A. Smith show, he talked about how he talked in front of the team and said with all the money that he has, he could be anywhere, anywhere in the world right now, living the later stage of his life how he pleases. And he chooses to continually be involved with the Cowboys. And that, to me, shows his desires and passions. So as Cowboys fans, we all just have to deal with it. We have to deal with his decision makings, and hopefully one day the team he puts together will win the chip. And I actually see him running this team beyond the grave, with AI evolving every year, which will have him preaching that the sun is an advantage forever, or maybe till a new stadium is built. And that's a perfect example of where I disagree with him. Frankly, I would take Jerry saying he just doesn't want to put a curtain up. I'd take that. Or I'd take anything other than what he has been saying. I don't understand the argument how it's an advantage for the Cowboys. How? How is it an advantage? Let's look at the definition of an advantage. A condition or circumstance that puts one in a favorable or superior position. Everyone knows where the sun rises and sets. It's not like a dead spot in the basketball court that only the home team knows. Or like the 12th man. It's practically Russian roulette. An advantage should never backfire on you. And this one has consistently for years. So it's practically an advantage that's an unfavorable circumstance or condition that reduces the chances of success or effectiveness. By definition, a disadvantage. I just don't get the rationale, and I hope that he's not using that same type of decision making and rationale for roster decisions. The other point that he brought up is, well, I'm just going to have to tear down the whole stadium then. No, all you have to do is put up some clock. I get the Cowboys have a lot of problems, but why not solve one of the easiest ones? I just don't get it. But it goes back to what I was saying. I just have to deal with it, being a Cowboys fan. Now, the last and most intriguing thing I want to talk about is Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. I know, you're probably watching this and saying, what? Honestly, it's an idea that I never really paid any attention to until making this video, after seeing Michael Irvin jokingly bring up the fact or try to persuade Deion in becoming the Cowboys head coach, which then made me think about it. And if you really look into it, if you go by Jerry's entertainment value, it's it probably is the best move out there. Look at the attention he brought Colorado. You imagine if he came to the Cowboys, the media would feast. I guarantee the next year, first game, the first game of the regular season, would be one of the most viewed games that season. So attention-wise, number-wise, business-wise, there's not a better move. So that's one check. But two questions remain. Would that move translate to success on the field? And would he even take that job? I think he would. I know he says he loves Colorado, and that makes a lot of sense. So much more peaceful than the Cowboys market. But at the same time, from my perspective, which could be totally wrong when trying to think how someone is thinking and feeling, there's a big spotlight and challenge that could be enticing for him. Let's put it this way. If Jerry came to him man to man and offered him the job, you telling me he's saying no? I don't think so. So that begs the question, how do I think that move would go? And would I even like it? I'm at the point of why not? Let's get a little weird. Jerry always talks about how he bought the Cowboys and how big of a gamble that was and how he uses it to make decisions every day. So let's see Jerry gamble. Let's see him roll the dice. What's there to be scared about? The Cowboys to get worse? Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of safe options. Coaches with more experience and better resumes everywhere. The Cowboys have also had great regular season success. Us as fans have had it better than other fan bases. But postseason wise, with the past 20 plus year, it's not getting any better than many others. After all of the playoff failures and seeing how much this team has regressed, I'm at the point of why not? Hell yeah, we might see the Cowboys go even to a deeper hole, but it might be one of the biggest, most successful coaching changes ever. I easily see him resonating with the players like no one else can. Yes, he might not be the X and O mastermind, but he doesn't really need to be that. He can hire a talented OC, DC, and hire a solid coaching staff around him and then do what Michael said he's one of the best at doing, which is helping elevate people to be better than they are. That sounds pretty good to me. He could ooze confidence, discipline, focus, traits of a winner to this team, which in turn could lead to where the Cowboys haven't been since he wore a uniform. So to me, why not give him a call, Jerry? Take a gamble. Anyways, only time will tell. The reality is the Cowboys still have 8 more games left in this 2024 season, being only a couple losses away from being officially out of the playoff race. If you've watched this far, thank you. And let me know what's keeping you interested in this 2024 season. And would you give Deion Sanders a chance, or is that too wild? I understand it either way. It's just kind of crazy to think about. That is a legitimate option out there. Peace.